but it's got oil in it. Old man didn't want me to mess with that. All right, y'all, so one of the first things that we do when we're working on an oil rig to see if we can get it started, the first thing we do is take the distributor cap off and look at the points, especially on these oil rigs, is because they do have points, not like the 82 Caprice. All right, so we do have fire. Is that coming in the right way? Okay. So we do have spark there. Oh yeah, it's arcing. That joker's got so much fire, it's jumping out. See if this will be the first start since we have owned it, and all we have to do is hit the starter. It's got fuel in the carburetor, so she should, theoretically, she should crank. Right, old man? Let's see if she'll crank. Pat it just a little bit. All right, y'all, we're gonna try to do this. I think we sort of always half did it. We're gonna try to see if we can do it again. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. We're gonna try to get this, Whoop, that didn't work. Oh. FinTastic Fairlane, give us some gas. Well, hello y'all, welcome back to another episode here on RevStoration. Yep, my name is David and I go by Rev here on YouTube. And yep, we're back at this old FinTastic Fairlane. In the last episode, we got her up and running and actually drove her around, but guess what? Old man couldn't drive her to church. That's his goal. He wants to put it on the road and be able to go wherever he wants to go in it without any big worries. Well, we got a lot of issues to make that happen. So one of the things that we want to work on today is we want to get the brakes going. We want the brakes to work like they should. We want it to hold water. We want it to get up and down the road. We may even work on the door. And yep, that doggone ignition switch that we believe was a culprit of starting that doggone fire, we got to get it going too. So in this episode, we hope to get all that done. We hope to not only get it down to the shop now, but we hope to actually drive it around and it be somewhat reliable at the end of this episode. So let's see if it'll happen. Hey y'all, I'm Rev. This is my daddy, also known as the old man. This is my wife, my prime rib, Nikki T. Here on our channel, we enjoy bringing life back to dead things, mostly old Fords. We have many crazy methods that are ours, and we use those crazy methods on rigs that are ours. If you enjoy our crazy shade tree, cussing free, God loving, dad joke telling, tires spinning content, then subscribe. It's free. But either way, welcome to RevStoration. All right, y'all, well, we're back at it. Here it is. Here's the 1963 Ford Fairlane. It does have a 260. Of course, in the last episode, there were a lot of comments, a lot of discussion, and we thank y'all so very much for that. There's a few things that we have talked about, and we'll kind of get that out in this episode. So if you've not seen the first episode, it will show right over here about right now, and you can see the episode where we got this thing literally fired up. I mean, it fired up. I mean, it did the
whoop, that didn't work.
All right, see, I told you, it fired and then it cranked and run down the road. Come on, old man, what you doing?
Waved me off.
Oh, no. I was doing my hand signals, but it wasn't you telling you. Here's the old man, y'all. Everybody's so excited when the old man shows up, and we're happy to be working on one of his rigs. What happened?
I showed him this Walmart battery.
Well, we had a K65 in it before, so that's a K65 there. But one of the things that we may not have pointed out in the last episode is whatever this damage here was really caused us an issue with the radiator, because whatever went down in here, it bent our radiator and caused a good leak there. Actually caused some rust, looked like some rust damage there, but caused a leak in our radiator, so we got to resolve that. And of course, people alluded to, what was it, old man? People alluded to our little valve here, and they said, well, David, you know that's really easy. All that is is where when the engine is cold, that you can just squirt some fluid down in there without taking this off and getting in there. Could it be nitrous? We're gonna kind of investigate a little bit more. I really don't see any holes in the firewall where they could have run anything through, except maybe the heater. No, probably not there. I don't see, you see any holes, old man?
Nothing but the accelerator hole.
So we
accelerator pedal hole.
Yeah, well, it couldn't be there. So we don't see any issue where it looks like that it was that. Another thing everybody talked about is the 63 260s should be gold. And of course, this has been out and painted. So has it been rebuilt? You know, we don't know. We don't know if it's been rebuilt, but we don't see any evidence of gold on this one. That's what I was going to do today, is look and see. I don't see any gold. Old man said that he was sure that this was an original 260 car. And as we dig in, if we look here, that says C30. So this is a intake off a 1963. But is it a 63 289? I don't think, no, it's not, because we got the exhaust out of the back intake. It's 260, y'all. So no worries. It is a 260. We got all of our hot wires, got everything that we need. So we're going to, what we're going to do first, old man? We're going to try to crank it up.
The shop. Yeah, we got to crank it, get it to the shop.
All right, y'all. So we're going to get it set up. We're going to drop a battery in it, and we're going to crank it up and get it down to the shop. So we're going to do this cinematic mode. You won't hear Rev talking. I know y'all are so excited about that. We'll probably play a little bit of music and do it lightly, a little soft music, and we'll see if we can do cinematic mode to get this old rascal down to the shop so we can get it working on it. Right, old man?
We're going to try.
We're going to try. The old man tried real hard not to kill it. Maybe we got the, of course, the carburetor probably isn't adjusted all the way. It's idled down real low, but it sounds good, running good. Made it all the way to the shop. I think, what, 2 cranks? Yeah. 1 crank and then 1 crank off camera. So we've got this little ways to go. Of course, you saw the old man moved the Pontiac. So we got, we're still looking on the Pontiac. If y'all know shifter linkage, somebody recommended that we get a floor shifter, just a manual floor shifter, where we can shift it from the floor. We may end up having to do that, old man, just to make it work.
I think I can get a rod and bend it and halfway make it work. If I can get a rod, thread it, put a coupler on it where I can adjust where the linkage is supposed to be. I'm gonna try that too.
So we got that worked out, need to. And then this one everybody wants to see. What is it, old man? This old Sport Fury.
Sport Fury Commando.
So we need that is our 383. So we need a 383. So somebody has a 383. The old man's already bought a rebuilt transmission. We need a 383 for it. So if you have a 383 used, potentially could run, or even one rebuilt, I'm sure the old man would be interested in talking to you. So if you have a 383 sitting around somewhere that you would be willing to let go, fairly reasonable. The old man has truck and will travel. Not too far, but he has truck and will travel some. So if you have a 383, let us know. So, old man, let's lift up the hood. And boy, they put a chain. They wrapped a chain around that and just pulled the tar out of it. So they bent that bumper and bent the radiator. Man, they messed it all kind of up. All right, get in. We'll drive it up a little bit forward. You done pulled the hot wire off? No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
All right, get in there. Crank her up.
Let me make sure. Yeah, it's hard crank.
Oh.
Battery.
Yep. Yep. Bring her on in here. Woo, that front tire over there has got some jolly goodness. We're gonna start probably, I'll dig into the ignition switch, see if we can get the old tumbler out. I'm sure the old tumbler will be fine. Old man did buy a tumbler for it as well. Get the new ignition switch hooked up and see if we can get it to start cranking from the inside. All right, when you work on these ignition switches on these old ones, if you see, I'm gonna try to get in really good. You've got the hole for the key, and then you have a little hole there. What you have to do is put your key in, turn it to the on position, and then stick the pin, and see, I need one thinner than this. You get a clip or something like that and stick it down into the hole, and it releases a cam. It releases a little button in there so that you can turn this on around and pull it out. So that is the method that is needed. Of course, the ignition switch itself is not doing anything. So we just need to get the tumbler out first. Then when we get the tumbler out, then we can take the ignition switch off the back, install the new one, pop this tumbler in if it works, and everything will work in it if it's not broken in the back, which it doesn't feel like it is. And then we will be able to see if we can get the ignition switch to work from the inside. Of course, there's a booger bear getting back in there to it, but that's part of working on these rigs. All right, I actually misspoke. You have to turn it back to the auxiliary, and when you get it back to the auxiliary, then you'll be able to push the clip in here on the side and your tumbler will come out. So disregard the on. You have to turn the key back to the ACC, then you push it in and it'll pop right out. So now we've got to take this vent hose will probably have to be dropped down, and then we'll be able to get our hands in there, hopefully enough to maneuver the spring on the back where this works, and we should be able to get all of that out and the new one back in. All right, so if you see here, I dropped the vent. All it was this bolt here, which has a nut that is secured here, and then another one right beside it, which is smaller, which is this here, that holds this in. So I've just got it hanging and dropped. We're gonna have to work inside of here on the brake pedal as well. So when we get to working with that, it gives us more room to get in here and get the switch. That is the back of the switch, which is good that all of that is still plugged up. So the switch is broken. You see there's the back. We have to get the right size wrench, of course, take this off. This plugs into the back, and then we just screw it in. And but this here is spring actuated. You actually have to push in on the back and turn it, and it pops this bezel off where the bezel can come out. And then you've got to sort of finagle it and get it back in there where it goes. That's how you have to do it. That is some great explanation. And I'm gonna try to get this one out, and then maybe I'll show you putting it in. It's not a beautiful sight, but let's try to get this one off. I don't know how many switches I have replaced, and I never knew that these were soft rubber. It makes sense, of course, that it's rubber, but all the old ones that we've worked on, they've been so hard, they just felt like plastic. Of course, this one has been garage kept and been doctor cared for, so because of that, that one's still soft. So now, of course, I'm just going to plug this one in, just like that. Plug that in, and when we get this one, try to do it one-handed if I can, get that all plugged in, get that piece of ground, that ground will go in here, and then we'll get the nut here, put it on, get it all zipped up and tight, and then get ready to reinstall it going in reverse. So now we've got the switches all done. So we've got to put the switch back in, and I have to get this piece maneuvered in where it goes, and it will actually clamp itself together. But these have always been so doggone difficult for me to do, and there's a lot of reasons why, and the reasons why are just difficult for me to understand. So let's see if we can get the back in. All right, that part is in. So now this goes in just like that, and then these pieces go in. See what I'm saying, how difficult that is, y'all? There's that. I can see y'all firing up your commenter, telling me how I'm doing it wrong, and it's just how you hold your mouth, I do believe. And hey y'all, this switch thing's really simple when you get it done. But while you're doing it, whoo, Lordy be. Me and the old man have been talking in tongues. Not really. We've been fussing about how to do it. I've been contorting myself, twisting and turning. It's got a spring on it. The spring's pretty heavy, and it goes in the cam and then it turns. I can get it all the way in, but I can't get it to turn. Y'all pray for me. Old man's been giving me all kind of instructions, y'all. It's easy, ain't it? I want y'all to know it took one 42-year-old man, one 68-year-old man.
Need something to fit right in between there, as we push it in and turn this part, and then turn the whole thing and let it slap into these.
That sounds like a good idea. But all right, y'all.
Still got your left hand in there, ain't you?
This is how we're gonna make it work. All right, I'm pushing when you're ready. Tell me when you're ready.
Push. Wait a minute, it jammed somehow. Up. Hold on, you're pushing it up on it before I can get it in. I'm gonna have to put my finger in the middle piece. I'll tell you what, let me get it halfway started and then tell you to push. Okay, now push. Come on, it's gotta be right there.
Ain't working, y'all.
Push up on push on the back. We got this line. Okay, hold it right there for a minute.
Oh, arm shaking, y'all.
Okay, push in, push, push.
Oh,
push.
That's all I got. It ain't
See
working.
if it locked. It didn't lock. That's all you got.
Ooh-wee. All right, y'all, we're gonna keep trying. Woo! We have, I've never had an ignition switch this doggone hard to get in. I actually took the, everybody was telling, I heard y'all praying and saying, Lord, let old Rev and the old man figure out they got to get 2 hands on it. They need to take the instrument panel out. They need to loosen it. I appreciate y'all doing that because it came to me. The Lord brought it to my attention. And so I've got it in. We actually have, we got it in. So I'm gonna put it all back together and then we're gonna stick the tumbler in it and we're gonna see if it'll work. But I'm probably gonna get me a Mountain Dew. I don't smoke cigarettes. If I did, I'd have one lit right now. But we're going to, we'll put it all back together and we'll go from there. You ready, old man?
Yeah.
Woo! We tested our relationship. Well, we got it done. Ready? Up. It works. Crank it up. It'll work. Ha ha. All right. Get it, old man. And it all, the ignition switch works. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It only took us 74 hours and 36 minutes. Oh, my hips all out of socket. I mean, we in bad shape, but y'all, we got it working. All right, let's go. Woo. Y'all, that right there is what happens when the old man gets a 30-inch brake line. It only needed to be about 15 inches. You got to put an old Coke can twist in it, but I don't think it'll grab too much. If it does, the old man will know it when the brakes hit the floor. But, old man, we got brake lines on this one.
Well, that's good. Okay.
All right, y'all, pardon the fan noise, but the old man's got a trick he's gonna show us.
It's hard to put this cable around here and this stretchy spring and all to hook to that.
Getting the adjuster hooked
So you
up.
put the spring and the adjuster on, then you put a screwdriver here and pry that up until you get this on. Get it behind there. Well, come on, baby. Fingers are too big. There it goes. Boom.
Voila.
But without that, man, it's tried hard to hold a stretch them. There through there. So anyway, we got that on now. I got to put the hub on and adjust the brakes.
All right, y'all, we got one brake on. Well, the old man has gone looking for axle grease and looks like he just found some grease. So while he's gone away, I'm putting battery terminals on for him. I've already snipped off this positive. But one of the things is the old man has gotten 2 black wires on this car. So I brought in some red electrical tape that I'll wrap around so he'll know this is the positive. It's got to be the neutral relay. There we go. All right, y'all. Battery terminals are working. You cut it off now.
Why does that sound good, boy? Turn it off.
All right, y'all, we got this old fan, this Central Electric fan. Boy, it's working good. It's blowing a lot of air, but not on either one of me or the old man. We got the old master cylinder off. But if y'all hadn't noticed, that somebody down here in the country is grilling something. I don't know if they're grilling ribs or hamburglers or what it is, but that's cruel and unusual punishment if you ask me. And then the old man ain't eating up but a McDonald's hamburger. And it's cold, wasn't it, old man? All right, y'all, put the master cylinder on. There's 50 ways, no 53 ways, and I've done it all of about this way. This way I do it. Of course, I like to bench bleed. We can call it bench bleeding my master cylinders, but I call it belly bleeding. I take a screwdriver, put it in up against my belly, and then I just pull it and then cycle through and get all the air. If I could show you, it's pumping all the air out. I go big long strokes, little small strokes, all the way until I get all the air out. And these little boogers have got an Allen plug in it that they put in the very bottom, and them little rascals are hard to come out. So I'm gonna get all of it bled, going real softly, and then all the way until it's so tight that I just about can't do it. And all the bubbles are gonna come out, the fluid level's dropping, because what it's doing is it's filling up that cylinder in the bottom. And when we get all the air out of it, we'll know that this is bled, and then we can go through the process. When the old man gets all the brakes on, we can go through the process of bleeding all the brakes from this point forward. So I'm gonna go through this process, get all the air out of the master cylinder. And once again, I'm giving y'all a tip here. Don't just ram it and go to the back and then come forward and think, well, it's bled, because you got to do little small strokes and then long strokes, do all of it to get all the air out. I'm just promising you that's the best way of doing it. And your fluid level is going to drop, and when it gets to where it's really tight and no more air bubbles, then you bled it. I fill it up to the top, put the cap on, I put it on, and ready to go from that point. That old man's getting these brakes done. I mean, he's working hard. He said, I'm tired. I guess I'll have to do the other side. Oh, I ain't but one wheel left after this one, is it, old man?
Yeah, that I'm done. This is my third one.
Yep. Well, I put all the brake lines on, put the master cylinder on, so all that's ready to go whenever you get the brakes, shoes, and everything on.
Yeah, but you forget I had to go to Jackson to get the right rear brakes, and I ain't been doing just nothing.
Oh yeah, no way, no. You've been
But I'm glad you got your part done.
Yeah, me too. Oh man, I started reading a book about anti-gravity. It's so good I can't put it down. Oh. You know, if I was you, I'd avoid sushi. You know why?
No.
It's a little fishy.
It's a little fishy. Just a little fishy.
Yeah. You know, I figured out I am good at something. You know what it is? I'm good at sleeping. I can do it with my eyes closed.
I guess that's tight enough.
You know, people say that money don't grow on trees, but why do banks have branches?
I don't know.
Hey, think about it. Why do we drive on a parkway and park in a driveway?
Ooh,
come on, old man,
crazy.
You got to tell me. Why do we have a pair of underwear and only have one? I mean, just a pair of breeches. I ain't got but one.
Got two legs in it.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's still one. I just don't get some of these things. I love telling dad jokes. Sometimes he even laughs. I called him Dad that time. I didn't call him old man, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that. We've got front brakes, no back brakes. I think our rubber line in the back has collapsed, but it's good enough to boogie down the road with at least front brakes until that back brake line fires up. So we're going to take it off jacks. We're going to get everything cleaned up. We're going to set some cameras up and really see what this old 1963 FinTastic Fairlane will do on the dirt road. All right, y'all, we are so tired. We were actually looking for a 3/8. I knew that was the last one that I used. I was getting all my tools up and getting ready to get the car off jacks and off blocks. And we were looking, went up under looking, everywhere looking, and yep, there it is. We were looking down and we looked.
Got to have some air in it.
Yep, that one's a little low. But I'm getting the tools up. We're gonna quasi clean up, and then we're gonna boogie down the road. Say we got this. I had another one in the truck, I do believe. But Junker Clunker's YouTube channel, Grady, thank you so very much. Grady said, when y'all working on them rigs, have this close by. So we thank you, Grady. You're a blessing to us. He wasn't gonna let me sit in that seat with my old dirty back. I done got a little dirty. So he's got him a seat cover down over here, which is this I mean, it's a cardboard version, but that's all he cares about. And he's gonna cover that seat. And we're gonna crank it up. What's that in between there, y'all? Y'all see it? Yep, it's a fire extinguisher. We got it. Good Lord, what a fantastic Ford.
Brake pads ain't going to the floor.
Yeah, hey, that's good.
I went and shut it.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. All right, old man, let's do this. Think his brake lights are working too. Hope he don't hit pudding. Just should have kept rolling. The old gravel will throw you, old man. That big kid.
All the way down?
Get around. Oh yeah. Oh! 260 got any fire to it?
Set front end, something. Grinding, heck out of something.
Hitting something. Something's hitting now. Hold on, stop it. Don't cut it off. Just let me get out and check it. I'd say that's an issue.
Huh?
I'd say that was an issue. That's why we got our fire extinguisher. It was ticking that old gas tank right there.
What was hitting?
The fan was hitting it.
Oh my God. Gotta do something else with that.
We gotta tie up our gas tank in a better position. Crank it up. Hear anything ticking?
I believe it's moving now.
Oh, it ticks when it moves,
I don't
huh?
know what it's doing. Something was going wrong. Something grinding.
You don't think that's
Well,
not
it could've
evidence
been.
that
Yeah,
it was
could've
touching
been.
that?
Nothing but a sec, we'd have burnt the whole thing down.
Let's see what it's got. Hit it like it's the 57 Fairlane. That old man don't play around for nothing. Do it again. I don't bet it won't do it again.
Open back tire spinning.
I don't know. Let me get, no, I don't think but one is. I ain't getting behind you. Them things are like bullets. Go, kick it. Oh, I love him to death. Y'all gonna tell us we crazy. We know it. But hey, this is just fun. Old man's got a wore out front end, y'all. My front end's wore out today. I'm so doggone tired.
I'm scared to jerk on it. Long time now going down the road.
Yeah, this old 260's got some kick up now. Kicking around. Horn. Oh, doggone horn blows.
Y'all hear that, folks? Waking the neighborhood up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
It ain't 4.
What is it?
I don't know. I ain't got to watch it.
Oh.
Whew. Oh, your temperature gauge works?
Oh, yes, coming up.
You ain't got no fuel. That front end is war slap out. We got the whole front end we got to get done. They can't get the radio to work. Cut it off, old man.
The accelerator sticks a little bit.
Oh, we can use that.
Gotta have a strong
Crank it up one more time. Let's just see how quick she'll crank up. That's a Ford, y'all. All right, y'all. Me and the old man, have you had a good time, old man?
No, I'm telling you.
He's wore out.
Ford's smiling.
She's dieseling a
She
little
was
bit.
trying to run, keep running.
Yeah.
She's ready to do some more.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what, we are wore out. There's no air conditioner in this rig. We can't get the radio to work. We got some front end work to do on it. We've got to get the radiator fixed. We've got to get the back brakes fixed. And we got to get the front end fixed. There ain't no doubt. I think, I do believe the front end is bent, and because it's bent, it's pushing that tire out and not running it right. So just imagine what them back tires will do if we get that right. So for me and the old man, we've had a great time. We love y'all. We thank you so very much for watching. And hey, we got a lot of other crazy videos. We got one more of this one that we've done. We probably got one more coming, but we've had a great time. We love y'all. We thank you so very much for watching. And as always, we know no way of closing out any of these videos and saying deuces. May God bless. Hey, we want to thank y'all again for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do so by clicking this button down below, or you can watch a video that may be suited for you or a recent upload here down below. So once again, we thank you for watching. Deuces. May God bless.